Now let's get to the goaltenders, because in game 3, Casey DeSmith gets run by Michael McCarron. He talks to Irf Pettersson, who was down there in Nashville, and said he was fine as a result of that hit. He's photographed out with some fans as well. We saw that photo of Casey DeSmith. He's unavailable for game 4. Rick Tocchet confirming today. I was just at Rogers Arena earlier today for a media availability, and Rick Tocchet confirming that the injury happened during the game. But based on Casey's own words, it really didn't seem like it was a result of that McCarron hit. Sounds like lower body from what I've heard with Casey DeSmith. And I have no indication that it's from the McCarron hit. We didn't ask flat out, but Jeff was talking to Casey DeSmith about the hit, and he said he's fine. He was talking about how, it kind of fired me up. I've got a lot of pads on. I'm not going to get hurt from that. And then he's out for game 4. He was the emergency backup goaltender, and I think Thomas Drance also confirmed this. I looked into this. He was the emergency backup goaltender for game 4. So if Silovs had went down and then Nikita Tolopilo had went down, Casey DeSmith, who couldn't make the start for game 4, was going to step into the Vancouver goal crease. So it kind of tells you that, okay,
they were playing it safe.
He needed a day off. Silovs kind of steals the show in game 4.
Yes, a little bit, for sure. I mean,
second period, come on.
The second period, yeah, he was great. I mean, he made saves when he needed to. I didn't think he needed to be brilliant. I mean, he kept them in the game, obviously, and then they go up 3-1, and then, the Brock Besser show happened in the final 2 minutes of the game. But let's just furthering on Casey DeSmith, his lower body. It didn't happen, obviously, with the McCarron hit. Yeah. What we do know is that I think he's likely to play game 5. I think he's available, and I think that he will play game 5.
Oh, you think he'll start?
I think he'll start.
Really?
I think he'll start game 5 tomorrow.
Okay, so we're gonna have our first disagreement of the day today.
You don't think he's starting?
I think he's able to.
What did Tocchet say today? I missed it.
So, no. You're right. Tocchet was totally non-committal to the idea. In fact, Shannon Patterson, Jeff Patterson's wife, asked about if Casey DeSmith was 100%, if he would be the guy to go in, and Tocchet kind of said, well, nobody's 100% at this time of year. We want to kind of go from hour by hour, and we'll make the decision tomorrow.
Let's put it this way. Casey DeSmith has played through worse in his career.
Yeah, so I'm saying if he's healthy, I still think you go with Silovs.
No.
You don't think they go with Silovs?
I don't think so. I think they're going back to DeSmith. I really do.
You're ending the Artie party already?
Huh?
You're ending the Artie party?
Because too many kids were born.
Do you need to hear the song again?
No, I really don't want to hear the song again.
So you really think DeSmith?
You seem you're shocked by this. I don't understand.
I am. We just did something on Canucks Army about how Silovs are in the crease for game 5. I absolutely think you're in the crease for game 5.
Wow, that's just really.
Do you disagree?
Casey DeSmith was brought in for this reason.
Yeah.
He had an unbelievable start to this season. Yeah, I know he's tailed off a little bit, but when Thatcher Demko went down, they went to Casey DeSmith, and who got a win?
Well,
before Silovs did. It was Casey DeSmith. I really do believe he's going to be your guy, unless he's physically unable to play the hockey game. I think they went to Silovs because they were up 2-1 in the series. Worst possible case scenario was you lose that game. You have your starting goalie, who's the backup goalie, back for game 5 at home to try and extend the series. Silovs comes in. He does his job. He plays well. By all accounts, they were losing that game until the final 2 minutes anyways, to be completely fair.
Yeah.
And to justify this argument, like, Casey's he was the E-bug. So, like, to your point, if he was good enough to be the E-bug, why is he not good enough? What wouldn't be the reason for him to not play if he was healthy enough in game 5? I think he's starting. I really do. Now, crazier things have happened. Unless you know something that I don't. I don't think you do.
I swear to God,
I know that he wants to play. I know that he feels good enough to play.
Yeah.
So I guess it's up to Ian Clark and Rick Tocchet and what they really do think. But I would be very surprised if they went to Silovs in game 5. I think it's DeSmith.
I disagree. I don't know. I don't know if it should be such an open shut case. Like, okay, here's the scenario for you, Irf. They're up 3-1 in this series, okay? They want to clinch tomorrow. You give Artie the crease because of how he played. I thought he played really well. Like, I don't want to understate that he played really well in game 4.
Okay, and then they lose and they make it 3-2, and you go back to Nashville and you're going to put Casey DeSmith in?
And then you put Casey DeSmith in.
Why? You're not
He's
doing
getting
that.
An extra rest. He's getting an extra day of rest.
Okay, I don't think that you can't do that. The Canucks 2 goalies right now aren't as good as the Boston Bruins 2 goalies who can go back and forth.
Okay.
They can. Like, they have that. They've been doing it all season long. I think for the Vancouver Canucks, it's a little different. You got to go with DeSmith. I don't think that you can have this back and forth. You're going to ride this guy. You're going to say, okay, Silovs is in because he won the game in Nashville. And then if he loses, we're going to go to DeSmith in Nashville. No, there's no if he loses. Who gives you your best chance to win? It's probably Casey DeSmith.
And coaches love them some veteran goaltenders.
Yeah.
Fair. That's fair.
I don't know. Look, I don't think the moment's going to be too big for Silovs. I mean, the playing in enemy territory was great, and he came in and he had some, really good saves, and he looked good, calm, cool, and collected, as he should, and as he should at this point in the season. Yep. But, there's a reason why you pay your backup goaltender, right? And it's for these moments. And I really don't think that they're going to go over Silovs.
Okay, so here's the thing. This is what I keep thinking about is if that were the case, and I'm not doubting your opinion, of course, but James Dahl in the Twitter live chat, Silovs has big time momentum. It's all about vibes, Irf. It's all about vibes. And here's the thing that I wonder is don't heavy sigh, if this thought process that, yeah, that's our guy, we got to go back to him. If that were present, why wouldn't Talkett just say today, yeah, if he's good, he's going tomorrow?
Because
he was so non-committal.
All about gamesmanship. Why is he going to say it?
Yeah, I guess it's playoffs. Yeah, okay.
Why would you say it? You think are you going to tip your hand? If you're Rick Talkett, and I'm asking you a question as, David Quadrelli here.
I'd say
Canucks Army. I'm saying, hey, Rick, you're starting goaltender tomorrow. Silovs played great, but can you let us know who's starting in net tomorrow?
Yeah, I'd say, yeah, Quads, of course I can. That seems very reasonable.
Absolutely no chance you would say that. I'm sorry. I'm calling absolute BS on that, to be completely fair. And it's gamesmanship. What team
this is
before a game other than maybe... No, there's nobody other than Hellebuck, because it's going to be him, and everyone else in the league, they'll say, we'll see you the next day. And then they tell you after morning skate. The only one when it was a wild case is when it happened after the morning skate, the availability before game 4, when Rick was asked, or when Rick Talkett was asked flat out, is DeSmith starting? Sure. And then he said he didn't know.
Yeah.
So that was the one that was there because there was no morning skate. They're going to have a morning skate tomorrow. I would be surprised if Casey wasn't on the ice at some point today, just getting his legs loose a little bit. We'll probably take a morning skate tomorrow, maybe take the option, get some treatment. But yeah, that would be crazy if it was Silovs. I mean, look, crazier things have definitely happened, but I think they're going to DeSmith.
I'm sorry to report that the chat overwhelmingly agrees with you and disagrees with me. I didn't want to say it.
What? Disagrees with you?
Yeah, they disagree with
It's
me.
not the first time this has happened, and it definitely won't be the last. You started off so good. I should have known this is the way you were going with the Artie party.
I don't think it's as open. I don't think it's as open shot case.
Okay, but why?
Because he played well.
So did Casey DeSmith when they won.
But Casey DeSmith's clearly going through something. So give him the rest.
Like I said, but now you're playing that game. If you're giving him the rest and you're like, okay, we can afford to lose this game. Why don't you want to go and play your guy to try and win this series at home? That gives you the best chance to win the hockey game.
I raise you a situation. Casey DeSmith is going through something right now. Okay.
Casey DeSmith has played through a worse injury.
Sure. So
it's been reported. He was good enough to be the backup. Had he not been able to go and be the e-bug in that game, to your point, what you just said, that if Silovs went down, if Tolopiro went down, he would have to play the hockey game. I have no idea where you came in with this argument from, but if Silovs starts tomorrow, I'll buy you dinner.
Deal. But I'm not getting you anything.
It's not happening. Yeah, because I'm right, and it's the logical thing to do.
Here's the situation. Here's the situation.
There's no situation. It's the best game.
I'm raising you a situation, and I want you to digest this situation. Casey DeSmith is going through something right now, okay? He is going through something right now. You play him tomorrow because he's at 97%. All of a sudden, he gets hurt with something more serious. Now, boom, you don't have him for round 2.
Quinn Hughes is playing with something right now.
So
you don't want to have him not play and then play? Maybe we can win tomorrow. Let's rest him.
Hey, I've been saying rest Quinn all of round 1.
Oh, you're wrong on that too. Your vibes aren't high right now. They're just all over the place.
I'm just saying.
You came in hot.
I'm just saying. Not my first time.
I think your judgment is clouded a little bit.
Not my first time being right about Arturs Silovs. So we'll see.
It's great that you're right about it, and I get it. And it's a fantastic story. He came in. He was able to seal the victory. The Canucks took that one. They stole it, and they got the hell out of Nashville after winning that hockey game. right? Then a game they probably had no business winning. They played all of maybe 5 minutes of it, to be completely fair, right? You get the Brock goal early in the game, first shot, first goal, and then you get the 2 Brock goals at the end of the game and Lindholm to win it 62 seconds into overtime. Okay? So that's about 5 minutes of hockey. The Canucks played well. Silovs did have to keep his team in the game. I do agree with you on that. That second period, he was brilliant. I really don't think they're going to go to him. So are you
just telling me this is a good story for one game and it's over?
That he wasn't going to be... Let's say this, before the playoffs started, there's absolutely no chance that Silovs would have been seeing starting action.
Sure.
Right? Thatcher Demko's healthy, and Casey DeSmith is your guy. Healthy Casey DeSmith.
Even if DeSmith was healthy.
We know Demko's gone for this series. DeSmith wasn't healthy enough to play that game. However, I do think if that game, push came to shove, was an elimination game, was a scenario where the Canucks had their backs up against the wall and things like that, and the situation wasn't where they were comfortable enough to put Silovs in it and say, worst case scenario, we go back tied, DeSmith would have started. Let's just put it that way.
Intellectual ambassador, these takes can't be real, right?
Yours or mine?
Mine. 100% he's talking about mine. All right, I'll leave it. But I'm just saying there's a few people, thanks
that agree
to
with you?
All 2 of you in the chat, that agree with me.
Well, I just don't get, like, who gives you your best chance to win the hockey game?
I don't want to come on and do Casey DeSmith slander. I don't. He played really well in game 3, but he also had some very hairy moments throughout this series with rebound control specifically.
Okay, that's fair. I mean, Silovs probably not going to like one of the goals that he had. His rebound control
the
wasn't
first
good on that
one went
game,
through his arm.
right?
Yep.
The first one hit him. If the puck hits you, you probably should make the save if you ask any goaltender. So we can have this argument. We can sit here and have this argument and go back and forth about it all afternoon long. I don't think we want to. I don't think the YouTube chat wants us to, because no one wants to hear your outlandish takes about who should start in net tomorrow and be committal the day before a game if you're the head coach of the Vancouver Canucks. Jeez, quads. What are we doing here?
Here's one from Ty David. Set the record for 4 wins with 4 goalies. Put Tolopilo in tomorrow. There's a take.
I'm leaving.
Canucks Conversation is live Monday through Friday, every weekday at 2 p.m. over on the Canucks Army YouTube channel. Make sure you like, subscribe, and interact in the YouTube live chat every day with us, folks.